You might want to buckle up, baby.
And now get ready for WTF.
You want to prove once for all that I'm better than you? Strap up.
Bring it on, Big Brother 10, man.
Whose take is first? Brought to you by TireOutlet.com. Wholesale prices, premium service.
All right, let's rock and roll through a little WTF and talk to Jags concepts and rationalizations. I'm guessing Steve Booty will ask us a question. We'll get into it right here, right now, and go from there. Right? What are we giving at the end of the segment?
At the end of the segment, I'll hit the text line and pick one winner, and that lucky Guggen's going to get 2 tickets to 1010XL night at the Alhambra Theater and Dining coming up on Wednesday, October 10th. Dinner included. And it'll have the music of Tennessee River. That's the Alabama tribute band. They'll be playing all your favorite Alabama hits, bringing the music alive.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's going to be a blast.
All right, what do you got?
Well, obviously, Dan, you kind of hit on it in your downtime.
Yes.
But now Jags at 3-1.
Yes.
You love a poll.
I love the quarter poll.
Doug loves a quarter. They're 3-1 in the first quarter. They're at least sharing first place at the quarter poll. So project. How do you feel about where this team is at right now based on where you felt coming into the season and now through a quarter? Are they about where you thought they'd be? Do you feel a little bit better, a little bit worse?
Would you take 5-3 at the halfway poll? Jeff Prosser with the next 4 games.
No.
No. Wow.
Again,
I think I might as long
I'm
as we
looking
beat
through
Houston.
the prism of a contender, Dan.
I understand.
I don't see the Patriots going 5-3 every year at the half bowl. We got to think a little bit broader here.
Yeah.
So no, I won't take 5-3.
You got Kansas City,
I
the
thought they'd be
Eagles,
4-0.
a trip to Dallas, and
Yeah.
Houston at home.
I thought they'd be 4-0. So to answer the question, I'm a little disappointed based on what I thought they would be through 4 games. The injuries have me a little bit nervous and disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And this Leonard Fournette saga is not going to. We got to get him healthy and going, Dan. They can't win without a healthy Leonard Fournette.
You are Debbie Downer today.
That's not Debbie Downer. That's the prism.
We haven't been
That's
3-1.
That's the prism of a
That's
contender.
prism, man.
Yeah, you got to look through that.
3-1 is contender prison.
Sure. No, I'm not saying they're not.
We haven't been 3-1 since 2007, Jeff Prosser.
They lost at home to the Titans, so that puts a stain on the first quarter. It does. Had they lost to the Patriots and whacked the Titans, you would feel better. It's not just the loss; it's the game they lost. The game at home against the Titans, and you let them beat you again. So that certainly shades that first quarter a little bit. But 3-1, on track. I don't think they're going 2-2 in these days. Not if you're who you think you are.
So you're thinking they're going to beat who? Who are they going to? Are they going to be 6-2? Are they going to be 7-1?
I'd say 6-2.
And who are they going to? Who are they going to lose to? In those, it doesn't matter.
I mean, if I knew that, I'd get on a plane. I'd just fly to Vegas.
Yeah.
Make all my cash. No, I'd say Kansas City, to be honest with you. I'd look next week and say, that one's going to be tough.
Okay.
Because we don't have a running back, and that's a problem. But so Kansas City's by far the best of those teams. You have to understand the supposition I'm going on.
Yeah.
The supposition that we all agreed on.
Yes.
That they're a Super Bowl favorite. I mean, they got picked to the Super Bowl by any and everybody.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at here. And if that guy doesn't worry about the Houston Texans at home, that guy goes and beats Dallas on the road. That team, that supposition per se.
Well, but sure. But last year the Philadelphia Eagles were the Super Bowl team, and they went on the road and lost to Seattle, or they lose games. I mean, it happens.
What was the Eagles' record last year?
What was it last year?
13-3 or
Pretty
something.
good, whatever it was. Yeah.
Something really high. So, no, they didn't lose much. Yeah. I don't expect them to go 16-0.
Well, there was a 9-7 Giants team that won the Super Bowl or 2, right?
13-3.
So it happens. I mean,
no, I get it. I'm not. The standard is not 16-0.
I understand.
You're asking me what are they going to be through 8? I'm telling you, if I'm a contender, if I'm the best team in the AFC, then I'm 6 and I'll be 6-2. 5-3 wouldn't kill you, but I tell you this, you're 5-3, you're not going to be tied for the division. Because there's a little team up in Nashville that's going to play just like you are. Yeah. And so far, they haven't blinked. You have. Yeah, they had one weird game and a season opener with an 8-hour delay that their quarterback got hurt, and they lost. And the Titans have bounced back. They're 2-0 in the division. They've won in Jacksonville, and now they've beaten the defending Super Bowl champs.
They've won all 3 of their games by 3 points.
Yeah.
Every one of them. 3-point win, 3-point win, 3-point win. Dirty Titans. But they are, you better keep notice of them. I think that's fair. And I think yesterday, shifted the division a little bit, Jeff Prosser, too. I know you've thought it's not. We've argued about this. I think it's a good division. You think it's not good. I think the Jags are.
I think it's middle of the pack. I don't think it's the best division in football.
Yeah, I think it's.
This talk that it's the best division before the season started has proven to be ridiculously stupid.
Yeah, I think
they're not anywhere near the best division in football.
No, but I think it's a very good division.
With those two top
heavies, if the Titans are what they're showing, then it's going to be a really good division. The
Titans is no mystery, right? Mariota played like a Pro Bowler yesterday.
Yeah.
If he plays like that, they're the Jags. I mean, I'm sorry. They may not be quite as ferocious on defense, but a real similar team.
They can be Jags light, those dirty dogs.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the 2-point conversion real quick here.
Obviously, Doug Marrone, who doesn't carry many grudges and seems like a level-headed guy, hates the New York Jets. And so I don't know who that was directed at. Now, Marrone said there was nothing to it. Yeah. Beef, can I get Doug Marrone on the 2-point conversion with the Jags? What was the score at that point? 30?
Well, it was at the end of the game. Yeah. It was 31-12.
Yeah, 31.
19, up 19.
Yeah, 31-12.
The thing is, in the NFL, it's never over. And on the sheet, you want to go up by 21, and you go with a 2-point play, and we're just going with the sheet.
So he was asked point blank, was that a message that you were trying to send? He said, we're not near good enough to do that. The New York Daily News columnist, I think he's a columnist, Manish Mehta, and I hope I'm saying his name right.
I think that's right.
The headline says, Doug Marrone's petty, childish 2-point conversion attempt showed he clearly still harbors a grudge against the Jets, the team that passed on him. Well,
I wouldn't call it petty or childish, but I would call it pointed. I've never. Yeah. It's the only strange 2-point conversion the Jags have taken in 20-something years.
So, anyway.
Right, you're up that kind of score. You don't need to. I don't care what the chart says, so there's no time left either.
He says Marrone took a gratuitous, childish, petty shot at a team that he wanted to work for once upon a time. Listen, the game was over, he says, but Marrone evidently still bitter over not getting the Jets head coaching job after he quit on the Buffalo Bills. So anyway, he rips Doug Marrone on and on.
Unfairly.
And so
saying a lot of things as fact.
Here's my point to him, though. You want to talk about gutless? And I don't know this, so I probably should double check. But I'm pretty sure
he wasn't in the postgame.
He wasn't in there asking Doug about it. So if you're not in there asking him about it, because I think Mark Long asked him about it, if I'm not mistaken. But if you're not, because I was in the locker room during Doug's portion. Were you in the Marrone?
I was, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Mark that asked about it.
You didn't notice anyone else?
I didn't notice any. No, it was the typical Jaguars beat reporters.
So tough guy, if you're going to sit there and say all this stuff, and you're at the game because his byline says
and
Jacksonville.
You're using words like scared.
Why don't you go get with Doug Marrone and ask him those questions? That's the only thing that bothers me a little bit about it. It's real easy to sit up there. And you have to understand there's a background here. And the story goes, now this is unconfirmed, but this is how the story goes. So Doug Marrone, we all know when he left the Buffalo Bills, they went crazy in Buffalo. He opted out of his contract.
He didn't like the structure of the organization.
They changed ownership.
Yeah.
He opted out of his contract. And you don't opt out of your contract unless you have it on pretty good authority. And from what I can gather and understand, and I never got this from Doug Marrone himself, but from what I can understand, he was in line to get the Jets job, and he was going to go be the head coach of the Jets. And they all wanted him with the Jets. And the consultants for the Jets suggested that Doug Marrone be the guy. He's going to interview. On the day of the interview, this Manish Mehta guy writes a scathing column about why Doug Marrone should not be the coach of the Jets. And I mean scathing, quoting anonymous sources and such, which is also a little bit Bush League. And then the story goes, and again, whether it's true or not, I don't know, that Woody Johnson, the then owner of the Jets, is waiting on Doug Marrone. They get together, and instead of interviewing him, he really just goes over the article point by point by point, ends up not getting the job. It didn't go well, obviously, and Doug Marrone didn't get the job.
Nice job by Mehta, by the way, blowing a chance for your team to get this guy.
And that's what the great fans in New York sit there and go, hey, dimwit.
Do they say that to him?
Yes. So because he puts the stuff on Twitter, and then they blast him. And by the way, and needless to say, the Jaguar Twitter nation, who can be salty to say the least, had some responses to Mr. Mehta as well.
Good,
so,
I like that.
Anyway.
So I thought it was because Jamal Adams basically did a wrestling move on Dede Westbrook on that one catch, and so I thought Marrone was trying to send a message saying, you don't attack my players like that,
Okay, well, there you go.
Off of that. So that's why, and it happened right
that,
before.
The one thing about Doug Marrone is he's been
straight shooter.
He's a straight shooter.
Yeah.
I think if he was pissed at Jamal Adams, he would have said, maybe I got a little ahead of myself, but I thought they were doing, I think he would have said it.
Here's the thing. Here's where we'll find out a little bit about Marrone. In 3 weeks or 4 weeks, we go to London. Mm-hmm. And who do we play?
The Eagles.
And who's the coach of the Eagles?
Peterson.
And what did he say about Doug Marrone in the offseason?
They were too conservative.
Do you think Doug Marrone will hand him a copy of the book he just read at the end if he has an opportunity or something if the Jaguars can beat the Eagles? I mean, will he do something there? That will be fun, right?
I don't know what his relationship is.
As long as the Jaguars win, that will be fun.
Yeah. Huh?
The Jaguars are winning. That's the easiest game left on the schedule.
Oh, heavens
Eagles
to Betsy.
in London.
Heavens to Betsy. But anyway, so that's what happened with the 2-point conversion, whether it was.
There is some bad blood there, but I think that Doug Marrone should hate the Jets if they run a job interview going off of some two-bit column.
I would agree.
Right? It sounds an awful lot like New York running off Tom Seaver so many years ago.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying that Doug Marrone is Tom Seaver, but Doug Marrone is a pretty down-to-earth, straight-shooting coach who's perfect for this town. He might not have been perfect for New York.
Well, here's what Quincy Enunwa, my favorite Jet, said.
I like him too, and he that guy fought yesterday.
You know
buddy.
what? Step on their throats. That's what I would want us to do, said Enunwa. It's football. Where's the class in football? At the end of the day, we try to be warriors and have all this war mentality. So if that's how we want to be, then we can't be upset when somebody does that. They did it, If I was a head coach and I want to make a statement, I'm going to let the guys know that we're stepping on your throats, and that's what he did.
Torch the village!
Quincy Enunwa! Enunwa!
All right.
We want Enunwa.
The bottom line is 3-1 and a huge game next week at Kansas City. I'm already looking forward to that one as much as looking past on. The Jags did yesterday, kind of back to the original tone of how excited and happy and dancy we are.
Yes.
The Jags did yesterday just what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to invite in
if that's the best I'm going to get from you, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's all. That's what they did.
I'll take it at this point. But
I'm more worried about the big picture, Dan. I'm looking at January. I
don't want to look at January. We got a long way to get to January. We got to fight through every game, and we fight. And we had 3 straight weeks in that hot, baking Florida sun.
Oof.
My gosh, will somebody turn the temperatures down?
All right, let's see who was hot this weekend. It's the Friday 5-pack and the Proof and Performance when we return next on the Monday Morning Quarterback.
Or maybe not.
DivorceMenOnly.com.